Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time, Once Upon a Time, Season 4, Episode 3. Coming right off the back of Episode 2, this marathon is underway and I am determined to see it through. Okay, as I said in the previous episode, very fine reintroduction to everything for me. You had the nice flashbacks showing how a character changed, and then we see that change being put forward, and there was some nice stuff with Henry and his mother, and then there was the cool reimagining of Bo Peep. There was some more characterization for Anna as she helped David. That was nice to see. Emma on a poor little frostbite journey that we thankfully pulled her out of, and Mary Margaret dealing with the fact that everyone now considers her the mayor because she is technically royalty and this is technically her realms, because this is her curse now. So you could sort of see where the townsfolk were coming from, but then you could see where she was coming from when she eventually blew up. I see why tyrants happen, because you lot just can't help yourselves. It was just funny. I really enjoyed the angle they went with on that. But yeah, as far as I'm aware of what we're being set up for this episode, we saw a mystery lady who could also control ice powers, running the ice cream shop, which is very fitting. Very good. Yes, I see how you're saving a lot on your freezer bills just by using your own magic. I totally understand why that is a very profitable venture for you. And we also got the promise of some more old Rumple clips, which I'm really looking forward to. Some more old Rumple scenes. I already had my fill when we took the flashback, when we took the time travel trip in the finale of Season 3. But I'm not going to complain about getting more. He was one of my favourite characters, old Rumple. Just such a delight to see on screen. So hopefully, if not in this episode, maybe the next one, we're going to see Anna and Rumple scenes soon. And I'm very looking forward to that. So, yeah, not much else to say. We're just going to carry this Once Upon a Train time moving. Let's go. Well, the intrigue builds and builds. It makes me want to keep watching, and that's exactly what I'm going to keep doing, because Once Upon a Time keeps on entertaining, and I keep on loving it, and I hope you guys keep loving the reactions. I'm trying my best to record them for you. Oh my gosh. One of the strongest things for me coming out of this episode is what we got near the end with Hook. Just like how Henry was able to insist to Regina in the previous episode that he's not going anywhere, I like that Hook had a chance to insist himself on Emma. Look, no matter how afraid you are of the people you love dying and stuff, I'm straight up promising not to. Can you just take one more chance? Trust me to survive like I've always done. I like that he got that kind of moment. And Emma seems reciprocal. She made out with him a bit, so I assume, she's at least heard him out and is willing to consider this. That's good. That's a step. I love how Emma and David did their own detective work with the help of the thief, of course, but they sort of figured out that there was another figure at play, and then they ended up coming to save the day in the woods. But this character is really intriguing me. I forgot if we caught a name or not. I'm 50-50 over whether or not we were told a name, but I'm sure I'll remember it by the time this video goes up. But like, for her to have been here the whole time is very interesting. Just biding her time. But whatever happened before, there's been some memory tinkering, so... Because that's very interesting, because it can't be related to the missing time that everyone couldn't remember for some of the later part of season 3, because all of that memory came back for everyone by the end, so it can't be related to that. So now I'm wondering about this gap in memory that means Emma can't remember her, but she should. And also Elsa's memory has been tampered with, and so it makes, and this is all related to Rumpel in some way, so this has me so curious as to what's going to happen. Like, you know, what's the explanation for this? I cannot wait to get the Rumpel and Anna flashback story. I had a feeling we might not get it immediately. That's why I said, I hope we get it in this episode or the next. It might be being saved for episode 4, but I hate when there's Once Upon a Time lays out this like arc of like there's a point here, there's a point here, there's a point here, and we're gonna connect just a little dot here, a little dot here, a little dot here, and the lines are almost connected, and you're missing a vital piece of information, and you know they're gonna drip feed it to you and give it to you at the most dramatic moment possible to suddenly make everything make sense. And it's like, oh, you torture me so much by making me wait for that moment. Like, I want to figure it out. I want to know what's going on, but then in typical Once Upon a Time fashion, you're just gonna drop the other shoe and pull some big twist on me. They're like, oh no, well, I could have never saw that coming. Like, no. Oh, I swear the missing pieces are in flashbacks we've not been yet shown. Like, to show us what happened between everyone. And oh, this is feeling very much like the earlier seasons, and it was even alluded to already this season. It was like, hey, lost memory happens a lot around these parts. Oh my gosh. One of my favourite scenes, though, was Hook getting one over on Rumpel in his shop to get them to be guided by the magic to its owner. That was really cool, especially because, as I said, he deserves it. Like, hey, your dishonesty's come to bite you in the ass, and I'm all for it. Like, that was a pretty big W for Hook, and I'm sure it felt very sweet for him to get one over on the crocodile like that. Like that, I bet that felt so sweet for him. Like, oh, look who gets to be the manipulator now. And as I say, normally manipulation kind of a bad thing to do, but in this case, it's comeuppance. He deserves it. Oh, brilliant stuff. Yeah, I really enjoyed Emma getting to flex a bit more of her magic in the forest. Just whoosh, big whoosh, and swiping Hook and David to safety. Yeah, she's getting more control as time goes by. But as I said when she was frozen in the previous episode, maybe she could stand to learn some fire magic. Maybe it might help her just a little bit. I really enjoyed that we didn't go the predictable route as soon as Maid Marian was falling down afflicted. I thought we were gonna have another lapse back into, oh, well, this must be Regina because she's jealous of Maid Marian. She's gonna do what she would have otherwise done. But I like how people have enough faith in her reformation now that they sort of cooled down on those knee-jerk reactions, as fitting as it would have been considering her personal situation. And I think it's really heartening that Robin was like, I do trust you completely, do whatever it is you need to do. And the heart plan, very clever, I do appreciate that. But something that did interest me was that we have literally confirmed that he himself considers his true love to be Regina, but he feels this strong tie of loyalty to his first wife. And you can completely understand that. It's not a one-to-one scenario because he was never meant to be with Catherine in the first place. That was something Regina was making sure David stuck towards while he was in Storybrooke. But it definitely gave me the same vibes, in a way, of David having to choose between Catherine and Mary Margaret. How he clearly felt stronger feelings towards Mary Margaret, but he had these conflicting feelings of loyalty towards Catherine despite not loving her. And obviously Robin does love Marion because they were naturally husband and wife, but I find it a very interesting parallel that he is now torn between his committed love and his truest love. And that is going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. Because poor Maid Marian didn't deserve any of this. She just got saved from being executed by an evil queen. And she's got to deal with the fact that the man she considers her husband and who she probably considers her true love is in true love with the person that was going to have her executed. How complicated is that? I would not wish that kind of turmoil on anyone and their relationships. It's quite enjoyed the flashback story as well, with the urn and everything. Actually gets to show where this lady came from. She was the person previously trapped in there as a magic user. That makes sense, okay. I did wonder in the previous reaction whether it meant she was from the Enchanted Forest, who also happened to have ice powers, or, if Elsa was wrong about being the only person with powers in her realm. Seems like it was more of the latter. It was just, obviously she'd have never heard of her if she was in the urn the whole time. But I'm guessing Hans was killed. I think he just froze to death right there. So that's fun. No one's gonna miss him. Whatever. I did call it out as soon. Again, perfect casting. I was like, he looks just as punchable as he did in the movie. And hey, if that's his fate, then rip bozo. That's a fat L for you, my dude. Deserved. But oh my goodness. Yeah, entertaining stuff. Wow. All of this Frozen stuff going on is actually very well done. I'm really getting into this. I'm quite enjoying everything that's playing out. As the only thing I'm missing, the only thing I'm missing right now is that all crucial Rumpel and Anna flashback, and they're just gonna teasingly keep it away from me for just a bit longer, aren't they? I can't wait to see exactly what happened, because then I'm sure everything will click into place and I'll enjoy everything that's going on 10 times more. As it is, though, this is very good. I am interested. I am entertained. I'm intrigued. This is good television. This is some feel-good Once Upon a Time stuff. Yeah, great stuff. I don't really have much else to say because there's not been any bombastic things that make me rethink how I think about the whole show. It's just, very good episode. It's a nicely told, simple story so far that's throwing out bones for me to question here and there, and all I can say is I'm looking forward to each and every answer. I like how Henry expressed support for Regina's idea of having a happy ending written in the book. That was something I didn't expect. I thought it'd be like, oh, you shouldn't just like have him tamper with it, like, you know, don't mess with his vision and that kind of stuff like that. But no, he was fully supportive of the idea of, hey, if that's an option, then you should go for it, because this book is outdated on you now. It is wrong. Like, you need this heroic side of you, like, charting into it, so it won't just lock you into no happy ending. Like, that's refreshing. I like that he's supportive of this, and they have their own Operation Mongoose. That's adorable. That is adorable. As for Operation Once Upon a Time, it's chugging along nicely, and I shall see you guys next time.